The uniqueness about Chan is that it actually encompasses a lot of things in it. In terms of the philosophy of Chan and the practice of Chan, it actually originated from India. So during that time, Indian Buddhism has three major schools of thoughts, and they are Niyamika school, the Yogacara school, and the Tathagata school. So what is the Niyamika school? Niyamika school actually talks about the middle path. Or there is a lot of emphasis on emptiness, the absolute nature of non-duality. And the Yogacara school talk about consciousness, or the psychology. How does one react, the mind, the interaction. And the Yogacara school actually talks about this so-called Buddha nature, which I think a lot of people are very familiar. In fact, in Chan's teaching, Chan actually talk about these three different components. Seeing the nature of emptiness is actually what we call the absolute nature, and of non-duality, not going to extremes. That is very similar to what we call the Madhyamika teaching, or the middle path. And being able to see this dependent origination of causes and conditions of how things come about is an aspect of Chan practice. And not only that, Chan has also expounded on how the mind react, or what consciousness is about. Because very often in Chan we have the saying, seeing the nature of the mind. To see this nature of the mind is to actually understand the consciousness, the psychological work of the mind, and to see beyond that whole cognitive setup. So from that aspect, there's certain Yogacara teaching in it. And not only that, there is also the aspect of the Buddha nature. The teaching of Buddha nature actually came about because some sentient beings are not able to comprehend emptiness. They may have a misunderstanding, thinking that emptiness is something which is nothingness, or that nihilistic non-existence. So as a result, we need to bring them back to that extreme. However, there are a lot of people who misunderstand, and they think that Buddha nature is something which is the self, the ego. And that is also not right. Buddha nature is simply a term to expound, to explain on emptiness. It's like two sides of a coin, but they actually explain the same thing. The reason being that some sentient beings, upon hearing no self or emptiness, there arises fear in them. They think that when they achieve emptiness or no self, the self disappears. Then they become nothing. So there is that fear. So in this case, there is this term, the Buddha nature. In fact, the Buddha nature is not something which is solid, concrete. That is the real nature. The Buddha nature is the real nature. What is that real nature? The real nature of emptiness. So that is how Chan goes about expounding in terms of philosophy. According to the level or the standard of the practitioner or the sentient beings. And in terms of Chan practices, the methodology is grounded in what we call the traditional practice of samatha, vipassana. What is this samatha? Samatha is actually a state of stability, calm abiding, whereby one need to actually practice to a certain extent where one achieves a certain state of absorption. mental stability and concentration, where the mind is no longer perturbed, disturbed, or full of discursive thoughts. And this is something which is similar to traditional jhana practices. However, it is not going into the jhana, but rather to have jhanic equivalent sort of a state of mind, and not to dwell in that jhana absorption. So we actually achieve the same type of stability and calmness. But from there, one embark on the practice of silent illumination or Hua Hou, which is specific to Chan. Then we create that awareness of the self. Who am I? Not only is it about the self, but what is the whole world about? Then one have this realization or insights into the reality of the self, of life. And with that realization and with that understanding, one actually gives rise to the quality of bodhicitta. What is bodhicitta? In short, it actually means loving kindness and compassion. So with this loving kindness and compassion, and with that wisdom, one then go about helping others, servicing others, delivering sentient beings.